perfected serum. The perfected super soldier serum was developed by Dr. Abraham Erskine. He began working on the formula in the 1930s while he was still in Germany, but later escaped to the United States where he joined the Strategic Scientific Reserve. There, he perfected the serum and started Project Rebirth, a program designed to transform Allied soldiers into enhanced super soldiers. In June 1943, with the help of Stark Industries' injection tube and Vita radiation technology, he decided to use the serum on his first and only subject, Steve Rogers. The injection process was extremely painful, causing Rogers to scream out in pain and agony. However, by the end of the experiment, the serum transformed his body to peak human condition, significantly increasing his height, muscle mass, and enhancing his strength, speed, and endurance to superhuman levels. It also cured all his pre-existing medical conditions. Unfortunately, Erskine was killed by Heinz Kruger, taking the serum formula to the grave with him. Project Gamma Pulse. In 2005, General Thaddeus Ross was tasked with recreating the super soldier serum to develop a new generation of super soldiers for the United States military. He recruited Dr. Bruce Banner to lead the project, a highly respected scientist for his work in biochemistry, nuclear physics, and gamma radiation. Instead of using the original Vita radiation, Banner decided to experiment with gamma radiation. He injected himself with the serum. The experiment turned Banner into a massive green creature fueled by rage that was far stronger than any super soldier. Despite Banner and the Hulk existing as two separate personalities for years, Dr. Banner managed to merge both of them after the events of Infinity War, Hydra's version. In 1943, Hydra captured numerous American soldiers. They were presented to Arnim Zola to use as test subjects for his experiments, aiming to recreate the serum. Zola managed to create Hydra's first super soldier serum that didn't cause any side effects. Bucky Barnes was injected with the serum. Despite not experiencing major physical changes in height or muscle like Steve Rogers did, he gained strength that rivaled his. With the serum in his blood, he managed to survive falling several hundred feet. However, he lost his left arm on impact. Hydra later retrieved him and equipped him with an advanced cybernetic arm that matched his super soldier strength. They also brainwashed him to become a cold-hearted killer, turning him into Hydra's deadliest weapon, the Winter Soldier. U.S. government serum. Following the influence of Steve Rogers in World War II, the U.S. attempted to create their own super soldier army. They ended up producing several different versions of the serum and forced African-American soldiers to be their test subjects. The soldiers who received the imperfect serum became unstable and started dying one after another, with Isaiah Bradley being the only soldier to receive a functioning version of the serum. He was deployed during the Korean War to eliminate the Winter Soldier, and ended up overpowering him and severely damaging him. However, Bradley was imprisoned by the government for opposing them, and had his blood constantly extracted by organizations like Hydra and the CIA because it contained traces of the serum. Soviet recreated variant. During the later years of the Cold War, the Soviet Union was able to recreate the serum perfectly and administered it to Alexei Shostakov. However, they were only able to recreate it once, leaving Shostakov as the Soviet Union's only official super soldier and sending him on missions as the Red Guardian. While his strength was comparable to that of the Winter Soldier, he lacked the same level of skill and combat efficiency. Prototype version. In 1931, while Dr. Abraham Erskine was still in Germany and working to perfect the serum, the main ingredients used to create it were leaked to Hydra by Wilfred Malik. By 1940, after the outbreak of World War II, a prototype version of the serum was tested on Johann Schmidt in the hopes of making him stronger and faster. However, the formula was highly unstable. After injecting himself with the serum, Schmidt gained enhanced physical abilities. However, since the formula lacked the necessary radioactive exposure, it caused severe facial deformation, transforming him into the Red Skull in the process, Howard Stark's serum. By December 1991, Howard Stark managed to recreate the super soldier serum using a sample of Steve Rogers' blood. Once Hydra found out, they sent the Winter Soldier to assassinate Stark and his wife Maria and steal the serum. Hydra used it on their most elite death squad, turning them into Winter Soldiers. This version didn't require Vita radiation to be injected and gave its users even more strength than Hydra's previous formula. One of them, Joseph, was shown overpowering the original Winter Soldier in a sparring match. But the serum came with serious mental side effects. Those injected with it became extremely aggressive and harder to control over time. Eventually, they activated Hydra, forcing the organization to place them in cryostasis to prevent further damage.